You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
Good evening. My name is Peter Basserman. I chair the Inland Wetlands Commission for Branford. Today is July 29, 2021. It is now 7 o'clock. We have a special meeting this evening. An agenda has been posted on the town's website in the Dropbox for this evening's meeting. We are conducting this meeting in accordance with Public Act 21-2. We're going to need to identify ourselves when we speak with our name. And the material for the meeting this evening, again, is on the agency's webpage. To begin the meeting this evening, since we have a quorum, I'll need to go through and have a roll call for attendance. Commissioners, please announce yourselves and indicate here so that we can record that. Eric, you want to start?
Commissioner Rose here.
Commissioner Kraus here.
Melissa Papantonis here.
Commissioner Basserman here. Any other commissioner on the call? Okay, everybody is present, is seated, and can participate. We have one item this evening to discuss. By the way, Branford Community Television is not recording this evening's meeting, but there is a recording of the meeting being conducted by staff also present. We have staff. You want to announce yourself, Jamie?
Jamie Frederick.
Okay. We have an enforcement item.
Real quick, Peter, sorry. Just so you know, Suzanne is joining the room right now.
Okay. Good evening, Suzanne. Up soon. Do you see her on your screen, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Peter.
Hey, Suzanne, thank you. Okay, we have one item this evening. It's an enforcement item. Cease and correct 08-10-01 and inland wetland 13-05-01, 74 Pasture Lane. Clearing of vegetation, the filling of the wetland, watercourse, upland review area, and subsequent application for restoration. And the special meeting tonight is to review the status and consider lifting the order. I certainly appreciate the time the commissioners have volunteered tonight to have the special meeting so that we can move this along. And with the review, staff prepared a couple things that are in the Dropbox. One thing that I found particularly helpful was the timeline of the cease and correct. It gives you some background regarding the history of this, which goes back some years, and the information regarding the consideration for lifting. Jamie, I'm going to turn it over to you for some initial comments, and then maybe the applicant can say a few words. Jamie?
Jamie Frederick, inland wetland agent. I was contacted by the homeowner. My understanding is that they are applying for a construction loan for construction activity up in Vermont, so not on the subject property. And it came up that the cease and correct order was still on the land records. Back in 2019, Diana Ross did what, per our files, it was the final inspection required per both the permit and the cease and correct order. And I know in 2018, she also did an inspection and had noted that 2019 was the last year. I'll just pull up real quick. In 2018, we really started trying to use Enterprise to document these inspections to help kind of keep track of everything. So both the 2018 and 2019 notes are consistent with the recommendation to lift the order. I went out to the site this Monday just to confirm that everything looked consistent with what I would expect it to look like based on what the permit required to have completed, and it looked okay to me. I do think there were a couple of invasive species on the site, but that's to be expected, I think, especially given that it's been almost 3 years since the last inspection occurred. And I don't think they were over dominating to the point of being a concern. And they planted back in 2014, and the monitoring went from 2014 until 2019. I believe the homeowner is on the call if you guys have any questions for the homeowner, or if you have any questions for me.
Let's see, this is Peter Basserman. We have, I see Christopher on the call.
Yeah, I'm right here.
You're right here?
Yeah.
Can you provide any additional information that might help the commission consider lifting the cease and correct order? And is it clear what staff is asking you to do at this point?
Well, we were asked back in 2014 to correct what had been cleared and plant native species. We had done everything that Diana Ross had asked us to do. She had been back every year to inspect it, was satisfied, I believe, with every inspection. So at this point, I'm not sure what to say. We expected, Diana Ross had indicated that she was going to have this lien lifted. Apparently was not, it didn't happen. So
Jamie
I'm
Frederick.
quite surprised to see this.
Sorry. Jamie Frederick and the Wetland Agents. To recap a little bit, the activity included some bringing in a fill material. So the fill material was removed. There was a pipe installed, which was shortened to an agreed upon length. And then there was the planting. And our files do show that there were 5 years of monitoring, and Diana did have a note that essentially closed out the file. However, her last inspection was in August, and I don't believe she went to another inland wetland meeting before she retired. So I think it was an oversight with the change in staff and being short-staffed that it never ended up on an agenda for the commission to consider, which is why I requested that the commission consider a special meeting to consider this sooner rather than later.
This is Peter Basserman. You mentioned, Jamie, a pipe being shortened on the timeline paper that staff prepared. It looks like it said pipes have been removed.
Jamie Frederick and the Wetland Agent. The pipe is still there, but the section that was to be removed was removed in 2014.
Thank you. So
Jamie.
staff is Peter Basserman. Staff is recommending that the order be lifted, like the conditions that were laid out to the homeowner to correct the situation has been done. Staff, both in the case of Diana as well as Jamie, have looked and indicated that the conditions have been met. Is there any reason from a commission standpoint any commissioner has that they would not look to lift this particular cease and correct order? Okay, do we need a vote, Jamie?
Jamie Frederick and the Wetland Agent. Yeah, there's a motion needs to be made.
Okay.
This is Commissioner Kraus. I'll make a motion that we lift the order on 74 Pasture Lane, sort of because I think we should have lifted it in 2019, but I'm happy that we had this special meeting so that we didn't delay things any further. So that's my motion.
It's Commissioner Rose. I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
This is Commissioner Boda, if I could make just a friendly amendment that the cease and correct is being lifted because the homeowners have met all of the requirements of the cease and correct. And the site has been restored according to, I don't have the document number here, but the original cease and correct 08.10.01.
Is there an agreement, Commissioner Bassett, is there agreement on that amendment?
This is Commissioner Kraus. I agree with the amendment.
And a second is also in concert with that?
Commissioner Rose, yes, it is. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor? I think we have to go for a roll call vote here. Commissioner Kraus?
Aye.
Melissa?
Aye.
Commissioner Rose?
Aye.
Commissioner Boda?
Commissioner Boda, aye.
Commissioner Basserman, aye. The order is lifted. Jamie, you will take care of the appropriate procedural issues to remove it from the land records?
Jamie Frederick, Inland Wetland Agent. Yep, I will submit to the land record or town clerk's office the documentation to lift the order, and I will also send a letter to the homeowner identifying that has occurred.
Great. Thank you to the homeowner for complying with the cease and correct and getting the situation dealt with. And I thank the commissioners for volunteering their time this evening to move this along.
Thank you, everybody, for getting together on this notice, short notice anyway. And I'm glad we got this behind us. Thank you.
That concludes this evening's proceedings. Is there a motion to close this meeting?
Commissioner Rose, I motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Commissioner Boda, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night,
Aye.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
See you in a few weeks.
Aye.
Aye.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.